If you're new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
So your rhubarb may be going to seed, may look just like this. If allowed, it's going to produce a lot of rhubarb seeds, a flower, and a lot of rhubarb seeds. There's a couple of scenarios on why this could be occurring. We've got them, our rhubarb, in 2 containers. This is about 15 gallons. This is about a 30-ish, 35, 40 gallon container there. They both have drainage in them. This is their 3rd year of being in these containers year-round. We do not take these things in at all. They stay right here. They have since day 1. A lot of recommendations say take them in an enclosed shed. Don't let them get too cold. They're going to kill the roots. None of that. We've left them out and they have survived just great. So number 1, this plant's 3 years old. That's kind of the telltale sign you might begin to see seed pods. That's because kind of, you know, the age of it. Now these can live up to 15 years, obviously not in the same container. We're going to have to divide that. That's the second scenario why these might be going to seed. Your plant needs to be divided. We will probably divide this late this year, early next year in the container, or move it somewhere else in the ground, something of that nature. 3 could be excessive heat can cause your plant to go to seed. Now we have, it's our 3rd year. We're getting crowded. The age could go to seed. We haven't had the heat at this point of the year. So what we can do here, what we want to do is get in here. We've got several stalks here. So we get in here and we want to cut it back, cut that stalk off. And that's going to put the plant back in. This leaf, since it came off with it, we're going to go ahead and harvest that. So we want to just compost that, get rid of it. Here's another one. Just cut it right at the junction of where it's coming out. Do not eat these. These are, again, there's another small one we can eat. The leaf, the stalk there. Here's another big one. So if you get down in here, you can see what I've got going on here. I've got a seed pod there I got to trim off. I've got this coming out of the main junction here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and just cut that completely out of the plant there. Okay, so that gives me that there. This gives me a limb here. Now, ours is green. The redder the stalk, the sweeter the taste of it is. Rhubarb makes a great substitute for cranberries. So if you're going to do something along with the cranberry line, you can go ahead and substitute rhubarb with it. Leaves are poisonous. Do not eat the leaves. That's why in the stores you see it's just mainly the stalk. I believe it's just the stalk, is it not? Mainly it's just the stalk. So that is can be used there. So what we want to do, we're going to take and do the same thing over here. I'll get that in a moment. We want to harvest some of these. Now the best way to harvest, and the recommended rate, you can harvest this any time as long as the stalk here, I guess the stalk or the limb here is at least 10 inches long. So those that we harvested off the seed pod are a little shorter, but we're not going to let them go to waste. So the best way to do it, I'm going to do it here. This is a good long one. You don't want to cut it. You want to pull it. That's the proper way to remove your rhubarb from the plant. It doesn't really have a smell to it at all. So we'll cut that off. You can do this about 3 or 4 of these is what I'm going to do. If you remove all of them, you're going to kill the plant. So I'm going to remove the biggest ones. That's another one. This has got some stalk damage, but it'll still be okay. And here's another big one. And that should be good there. That'll be enough for what we need. I'll harvest one on this plant here. Now, as these plants continue to regenerate, I can continue to harvest. Sometimes you can get 2, maybe 3 harvest off your rhubarb. So rhubarb going to seed, and how to harvest rhubarb.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.